We're revising Romeo and Juliet today. And we're going to look at the themes. I've also put a quote for each theme. Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare explores several key themes that remain relevant and resonant across time. Here are some of the central themes of the play. The most prominent, the most obvious theme of the play is love, particularly the passionate and all-consuming love between Romeo and Juliet. Their love is portrayed as pure and intense, transcending the boundaries of family and societal conflict. The play examines the power of love to transform individuals and its ability to overcome obstacles. And the quote that I've chosen for love is one that I use a lot from Romeo and Juliet. It's a good one, it's worth learning. It's from Act 2, Scene 2. And Romeo says, "But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun." So this reflects Romeo's passionate and romantic love for Juliet as he compares her to the sun, emphasising her beauty and radiance. Conflict is a very important theme in this play. The feud between the Montagues and the Capulets serves as a backdrop for the entire play. It's what causes all of the drama. It's a symbol of the destructive nature of long-standing grudges and hatred, and the play explores the consequences of this conflict, which ultimately lead to the tragedy. The quote that I've chosen for conflict is from Act 3, Scene 1, and Romeo says, "Oh, I am Fortune's fool." So this line comes after Mercutio's death and Tybalt's challenge, and Romeo's recognising that his love for Juliet has led him to a situation of conflict and violence, and he blames fate for his misfortune. "I'm Fortune's fool," Fortune being fate. And fate is another theme in this play. It's often considered a tale of fate and destiny. So the characters frequently speak of being star-crossed lovers, implying that their love is preordained but doomed. The play raises questions about the extent to which individuals can control their own destinies if fate is real. And in Act 5, Scene 1, Romeo says that he wants to defy fate. So he says, "I defy you, stars." So he says this when he learns of Juliet's apparent death. He reflects his belief that he can defy the fate that has been written for him and challenges the idea of destiny. The play emphasises the impulsive and passionate nature of youth. Romeo and Juliet are both very young, I think 16 and 13, ridiculously young anyway, and their actions and decisions are often driven by their youthful emotions. This theme highlights the contrast between this youthful exuberance and the wisdom of age. And the quote I've chosen for this is from Friar Lawrence in Act 2, Scene 3. "Young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes." And he's talking to Romeo, advising him about the impulsive nature of youthful love, and it reflects the idea that young love is often based on physical attraction rather than a deep understanding. Individuals versus society is another theme. Romeo and Juliet's love defies societal norms and expectations, and the play explores the tension between individual desires and the constraints imposed by society, including arranged marriages and family loyalty. And the quote that I've chosen from this is from Act 2, Scene 2, and Juliet says, "Thy name is only my enemy. Thou art thyself. Thou not a Montague." And here she's talking to Romeo, saying that, expressing her belief that their names, Montague and Capulet, don't define who they are. It underscores the tension between the individual love and societal labels. Another theme we have here is friendship, and is depicted through the characters' close friends. So Romeo has some really good friends, Mercutio and Benvolio, and Juliet's relationship with her nurse, and these friendships provide support and comic relief in the midst of all the tragedy. And the quote that I've chosen for this is from Act 3, Scene 1, and it's Mercutio saying, "O calm, dishonourable, vile submission." And Mercutio says this as he lies dying, criticising Romeo for his submission to Tybalt's insults, and it reflects the loyalty and protective nature of friendship. So Mercutio's still being loyal and protective of Romeo, even though he's dying. The next theme is appearance versus reality. Throughout the play, characters often hide their true feelings or intentions. Romeo and Juliet's love is a secret, and they use deception to be together. This theme highlights the disparity between what is seen on the surface and what is true beneath. And the quote that I've chosen for this is this beautiful contradictory phrase that Juliet uses in Act 3, Scene 2. She says, "Beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical." And she's describing Romeo after he kills Tybalt. And it highlights the complex nature of appearances and reality in the play. Time is a recurring motif in the play, and it emphasises the idea that love is fleeting and often hindered by the constraints of time. The haste with which Romeo and Juliet's love develops and then ends within a few days underscores the fleeting nature of happiness in this play. The quote that I've chosen for this is Friar Lawrence in Act 2, Scene 3. "Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast." And here he's telling Romeo to take his time and not to rush into things. So people who go fast make mistakes. So reflecting the theme that haste can lead to mistakes. Death is the theme in a lot of these plays, and it is ever present in Romeo and Juliet, from the opening prologue that foreshadows the lover's fate to the tragic conclusion. Death is a consequence of the characters' impulsive actions and the feud between their families. So those two things are going to lead to death throughout the play. The quote I've chosen for this is from Act 5, Scene 3, and it's Romeo speaking just before he takes his own life after finding Juliet apparently dead. He says, "Thus, with a kiss I die." And this quote encapsulates the desperation, finality, and ultimate consequence of their love in the face of death. The theme of family, the importance of family loyalty and duty is a central theme. And both Romeo and Juliet must navigate the expectations and demands of their families. And the quote that I've chosen for this is Friar Lawrence again in Act 2, Scene 6 this time. And he says, "These violent delights have violent ends." Speaking to Romeo and Juliet as he marries them, and he hints a theme of family conflict and foreshadows the tragic outcome of their love. So these violent delights, these impulsive actions are going to go wrong. We're going to have a sad ending. These themes intertwine to create a rich and complex narrative that explores the depth of human emotions and the consequences of the choices made in the face of love, conflict, and fate. Romeo and Juliet continues to captivate audiences because of its universal themes that transcend time and culture. For more Shakespeare revision, subscribe to this channel. There'll be new videos out every week, and check out the playlists linked below.